Over a decade ago, the Harry Potter series wrapped up after 7 novels. Yes, people are still playing Quidditch and behaving like there's no other book series that will ever compare. There are other books, you can check them out. But props to J.K. Rowling for keeping her magical world alive with Fantastic Beasts, a series of spin-off prequel films that take place several decades before the events of her original novels. Eddie Redmayne's Newt Scamander was a surprising choice as the new lead character, since Newt was a magizoologist who was only mentioned in passing within the first Harry Potter book as the famous author of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. That's where we get the name of the first movie and its subsequent sequels. This fall, Fantastic Beasts is continuing with the Crimes of Grindelwald, which will introduce a young Albus Dumbledore as played by Jude Law. But before you head back to theaters for the sequel, we're going to go over everything important from Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them in 2 minutes or less. Ready? Go. In 1926, Newt arrived in New York City by boat when other characters are pretty adept at magic travel. Don't worry about that. This is the only time in America when American muggles were called nomads, which doesn't exactly roll off the tongue, so we're just gonna keep sticking with muggles. Things started to go wrong when this cute little guy snuck out of Newt's magic suitcase. He's called a Niffler and he loves shiny objects. In the chaos that followed, Newt accidentally swapped briefcases with a muggle named Jacob Kowalski, who just wanted to be a baker. Then Tina Goldstein spotted Newt, tried to turn him in so she could regain her position as an Auror, which was really stressful for her, but not as stressful as some of Katherine Waterston's other cinematic jobs. Because he didn't know any better, Jacob accidentally let more creatures out of the magic bag before Newt and Tina caught up with him, and that's when Tina's sister Queenie shows up. She can sense and even read the thoughts of everyone around her, and that's probably why Queenie was so immediately taken by Jacob. Newt also convinced Jacob to help him find the lost creatures, but it's not all magical cute meats in this movie. There was literal witch hunt going on, led by Mary Lou Barebone and her New Salem Philanthropic Society. Mary Lou's adopted and abused son Credence turned out to be one of key figures of the story, as well as Percival Graves, who befriended Credence because he believes his adopted sister Modesty was a dangerous obscurus. Graves frames Newt and Tina for the destruction left behind by the obscurus, but he badly miscalculated when he didn't realize that Credence was the real obscurus. Thanks to Newt's mastery of his creatures and spells, the obscurus was dispelled, while Graves was defeated and unmasked as Gellert Grindelwald. Grindelwald wants to use the obscurus to expose the wizarding world, and he would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for these meddling kids. But to undo the damage, Newt had to use Thunderbird Frank to drop a potion in the city that wiped away all the memories of the magical events. Even Jacob has to be exposed to that, but not before saying goodbye to his new friends. Newt and Tina couldn't quite admit how much they liked each other, but he did promise to visit her after his book was finished, and Jacob finally got his own bakery, where his magically inspired creations look a real tasty. Queenie even came by to visit Jacob, and he almost seemed like he remembered her. Stop the clock. So there it is. Not the least confusing Potter universe story, but close. What's your favorite part of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them? And will you be catching Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald when it hits theaters on November 16th? Let us know in the comment section below.